We've got two different sounds happening in these words. In the first set we've got the schwa sound made by the letter A, but it's not saying A or A, it's saying A. It's at the start of each word, so we've got up re, up head, up while, up mount, up gates. In the second set of words we've got the U making its long sound U, so we've got duty, stupid, usual, gradual and museum. Now quite often we're using the A for that up sound at the start of a word, whether it has one or two consonants after it, we're giving the schwa sound because we don't pronounce them correctly. If we see only one consonant after an A, we know we should be giving it a long sound, but we're not. Same down here, we've got the long sound and we've got one consonant after the long sound, which is correct. Now let's go through and have a look at what these words mean. Agree means to have the same opinion about something. Ahead is further forward in space or in line with your forward motion. A while is for a short time. Now, if you're not sure whether you have an H after a W or not, if you say the word a while and you feel air after the W, you know that there's an H in there. The next word, amount, means quantity. Against is in opposition to or to prepare for a problem or difficulty. Duty is a moral or legal responsibility. It could also be called a task. Stupid means, quite often means ignorant, not aware of another person's point of view or just being silly. Usual could be typical. Gradual means it describes something which progresses slowly. A museum is a building in which objects of historical, scientific, artistic or cultural interest are stored and exhibited. You should be aware by now that you need to read the word, cover it, write it and check it, and if you've made a mistake, fix up your error. Down here we want you to fill in the gap with the list word, then write an independent clause to finish the sentence. So the first part of each of these sentences is a dependent clause. You need to choose a list word to finish off that dependent clause. You've got a comma before you write your independent clause. Now an independent clause can stand alone, it's a full sentence. A dependent clause needs to go with an independent clause to make it a full sentence. Write the list word that matches the definition. So you can read the definition and find the most suitable word from the list above. Synonyms mean words that mean the same as the given 3, and antonyms mean the opposite of the given 6 words. Down the bottom we want you to write a sentence using the 2 list words given. See if you can use some good adjectives, some interesting adjectives and adverbs to go with the nouns and verbs that you use in your sentences. In this section we want you to add a prefix to the list word so it means the opposite, then use the word in a sentence, the new word in the sentence. Change the list word, then use the new word in a sentence. So you've got dutiful, stupidity, agreement. Just be careful here, there's a rule that you have to apply. Now down the bottom, write the base word and fill in the gap with the extension. So you've got to work out what the base word is from each of these long words, extended words, and then write, fill in the sentences with the correct extension of those base words. Make these nouns into plurals, so you've got a mount, a museum, and down the bottom we want you to complete the expressions using a list word, then use one of them in a sentence. So you have to show what each of these, one of these sayings mean, but you really need to understand each of them because they're quite common ones. So we've got against all odds, ahead of the game and in the line of duty. So just use one of those to show that you know the meaning of it. Regular and irregular plurals. Regular plurals are made by adding s to a noun. So flower becomes flowers, leopard becomes leopards. That's nice and easy. For words ending in CH, SH, SS, X, Z or double Z, you must add ES, but you can hear it. If you hear Z at the end of a word, you know you're going to be writing ES. If you simply hear S, you know to add an S, or you can remember the rule. This also applies to words ending in O without a vowel preceding it. So if you have a word ending in just a single O, a single vowel, then you have to have two vowels before the S. So your tomatoes and tornadoes, you'd have to add ES to them. But if you had radios or videos, you've already got two vowels after the consonant and before the S, so you don't have to add another E. For some nouns ending in F or FE, we change the F to a V, then we add the ES. So just listen to how you say the word. Do you say the plural of knife as knives or knives? Do you say the plural of thief as thieves or thieves? So you're, just by listening to the way you pronounce the plural form of those, will tell you whether to change the F to a V or not. Don't be tricked on roof or dwarf. Roof and dwarf both keep the F, so it's roofs and dwarfs. We do not change the F to a V, but many people do. For nouns ending in a Y preceded by a consonant, change the Y to an I and then add ES. If you have a vowel before the Y, you're not going to change the Y to an I, so just be aware of that. Now, irregular plurals do not become plural by adding S or ES. For irregular plurals, there may be a subtle change to the singular form of the noun. So mouse would go to mice. You can work your way through the examples we've given you. If you get a bit tricked, you could work within your group to find out what the plural forms will be, or you could do some research and look up a dictionary online or in a dictionary, and use a dictionary as an actual book. And you should find all those answers quite easily.